everyone, I'm back today with another Traveler's Notebook process video. I'm going to be using my Pocket Page notebook from the Stamp Spot, and I'm going to be using lots of bits and pieces from the Indigo and Ivy collection from Pink Paisley. And I'm also going to be using these beautiful sequins from the new release, which is called Vintage Dowry. I'm also going to be playing with some products that I received in my cherry box, which is these 3 watercolor pencils from Prima. I've never used them before, but I was super happy to get them so I could play with them, and the colors matched perfectly with what I was working with today. So this is how I ended up working with these watercolor pencils. I'm working with my Stamp Spot Pocket Page notebook, which is not a notebook that has heavy, like, mixed media paper, and it's just regular paper. So in an effort to keep it from warping terribly or really becoming, a pilled mess, I just went ahead, and what I would do is I put the watercolored pencils down so that there was color there, and then you can see here I am dabbing these water brushes off till there is hardly any water on them. Just enough water to smear the watercolor pencil medium. And these are the pastel. This is a pastel set, so it's really light and really airy. And but it worked perfectly. It gave my paper just that very kind of quiet background, so it wasn't completely white when I put my photos down. The paper warped ever so slightly, but not a whole lot. It was really not that bad at all. And then I just kept, kind of dabbing it up there, and it was fine. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my photos to this side of the Pocket Page spread, and I'm using just some bits and pieces, stickers, and different things from Indigo and Ivy. I am documenting one of my very favorite movies. So while I do this, let me just tell you a little bit about these photos and what I'm documenting here. So I do not have a favorite movie. Like, I really don't. In fact, most movies I don't watch more than once. But there is a set of about 10 movies, I'm going to say 10, that I can watch a second time and still like it. And there's also a couple that I can watch every time I see it on TV, and I still like it. And one of those movies is this one. So this is Arsenic and Old Lace. This is an older Cary Grant movie. If you've never seen it, I know it's black and white, I know it's Cary Grant, but I'm here to tell you this is the funniest movie ever. It is the funniest movie ever. Like, there is not a person that wouldn't find this movie funny. It's so funny. It's also about, this man's elderly aunts and how they're serial killers, but it's funny. Anyway, it also has Boris Karloff in it, but he's funny. So anyway, I highly recommend it. If you've never seen it, go watch it. It's so funny. Anyway, what is great about it is that I'm not a funny movie person. I don't like comedies. This is probably one of the only movies that I think makes me laugh every time. There's a couple other movies too, so I'm trying to document a few of these movies in my monthly TN spreads, depending on what I'm watching for that month, or things like that. And I happened to catch Arsenic and Old Lace on Turner Classic Movies, and just enjoyed it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to document this movie, and I thought that the colors in Indigo and Ivy would work perfectly. This movie is it's an older movie. It's black and white. Did I mention it's funny? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look through all the bits and pieces that I've pulled out. Lots of scraps, because I was thinking that what I wanted to do was to use this for to get rid of some scraps, use up some scraps from this collection that I have. I'm also going to go ahead and add this little epoxy flare from Scrap and Happy Studio. I'm going to put this one that says my fave. Well, this is not my favorite movie of all time. I don't have one. It is one of them. definitely one of them. One of my top 10 movies for sure. Let me know in the comments below if you're someone who can't watch a movie more than once. I really can't. So things like the Marvel movies, I've seen them all and I like them all, but if I watch them more than the first time I watched them, I just fall asleep through them. So what's the point of watching them again? And maybe that's just, it happens with a lot of movies, I'll be honest. I generally don't watch a movie a second time. So I'm just using these lovely little branding strips from all the pattern papers. I'm cutting them into fishtail banners. I'm going to put them all together and tuck them up under the bottom photo, and then I'm just going to add a few embellishments around these two photos, and then I'm going to move on to the other side of my page. So on the other side here, what I'm doing is I'm taking the rest of all of those branding strips, I'm fishtailing an end, and I'm just creating this fun kind of set of banners. I'm going to keep this side of the spread pretty simple, and I'm just going to add these banners all down one side, and then I'm going to go ahead and utilize that die cut tag that you see. And actually the die cut tag is where I got the idea to use the watercolor pencils, because I wanted a little more of that watercolory look under my photos. So I've gone ahead and I've started to heat up my fuse tool, and you can see it up in the left hand corner. My new desk setup means I can use my fuse tool on camera, so that's super nice. You need to let your fuse tool heat up about a good 20 minutes. Like, you want that thing to be hot. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up my title here, one of my top 10, and then see if I need anything else. So if I'm remembering correctly here, I just add some of these phrase stickers. There's some that are chipboard that I pulled all the chipboard off the back of, and there's some that are acetate. There is actually in this collection an entire pack of cute little phrase stickers, and then there's more phrase stickers on the sticker sheet. So you have lots and lots of wording and text that you can use on your layouts using this collection. And so I decided that I would go ahead and utilize that instead of putting something like a flower or something like that, because otherwise, I know me, I'll end up with this collection pretty much killed, except I'll still have all those words left. So I decided I would go ahead and use up some of those words. Now I'm going to use my pocket page, and I'm just going to make a fun shaker pocket. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to go ahead and choose a couple of these cut aparts. Now this is the 6x6 paper pad, so these are the 6x6 cut apart sheets that are on a smaller scale. I'm going to cut ones, there are 2 of every pattern in the 6x6 pad, so I'm going to cut the same cut aparts from each side of the paper and then put them back to back, so that no matter what side of my shaker pocket you're looking at, you're going to be able to see the same phrase or the same wording. So for my shaker card, I'm going to start by putting in those pieces that I created that are double-sided from the cut apart sheet, and I'm going to end up using the entire package of the vintage dowry sequins. I love them, and honestly I wasn't going to put them all in there, but they seemed like they fit really well, and since there isn't anything else on that side of the page, and they're sequins, they're not bulky or anything, I decided, hey, let's just go for it. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my fuse tool. I'm lining it up. Now I like to be super careful, and I put 2 fuse lines with just a teeny tiny gap in the middle, just to make very, very sure that I'm not going to end up with sequins dumping out of my pocket. And there we go, all ready to go. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this fun shaker pocket spread, and be sure to stop back on my channel for more fun. I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye.